Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us from Victory Shaving. This one here is called Angels 12. And the scent on this one here is tobacco, mocha, and mint. This is what the back of the, if I get it straight here, this is what the back of the soap container looks like. It's nice to have that scent right up there so, so I can just read it right off the back. This is started out being a 4-ounce container. And it's filled to the top, so it's going to be a little messy if you load from the container there. It's firm inside the container, but really easy to scoop out. Put in a bowl lather. And they decided that probably the aftershave, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good shake here. Aftershave I'm using is from Tallow Steel. This is dark. This was, I guess you might say, one of their first ones that they had when they first started out. And I think on this one here, trying to remember, yes, there it is. It's got coffee, cocoa, vetiver, ginger, and peppermint. And the two are closely related in scent, at least per my nose. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and already used some Preshave Proraso. Off camera for my beard oil, I'm still using Vato. You can find this at Classic Shaving if you're interested in some of this. And shaver of the day, still sporting the same handle from Mac Metalworks. This is a brass handle. And the base plate and cap is a Lithe, Lithe, I think is how you pronounce it. This one here is going to be the mildest of the 3 plates that are in this setup, and still sporting the Lord Cool blade. Let's see here. Yeah, I got the box right over here. This is what it looks like there in the box that it comes in. This came by the way of Stephen Sprague, by the way. Oh, West Coast Shaving, and I guess you might say in collaboration or conjunction with Charcoal Goods. Pretty cool. Got it whipped up here in my smooth bottom thrift bowl find. That's what it looks like there in the bottom of the bowl. And with a Yaqi brush, and this one here is a Mocha Express. Kind of see the theme that's going on here. It's that kind of morning. My eyes still feel like they want to go back shut and go back to sleep. It's going to be a fun shave this morning. Like I said, the base plate, this one here is Lithe, Lithe. It's the mildest of the 3 plates that you get in that setup. Yesterday's videos with toothsome, in other words, an open comb. You can tell my daughter's having a good time this morning. Definitely smell the mocha and the mint. It might be a moment or two before I pick up on the tobacco. Already sneezed this morning, so hopefully I've got that out of the way. Weather here in Oklahoma, it's warming up. We're getting to the mid 80s, and I think by the end of the week, I think we should be looking at 90. And I don't think there's much chance of a rain, so we might start to dry out just a tad bit. The Angels 12, if I can remember correctly from the website, and I've got a link down below, and I would visit it if you got a moment. If I remember right, the way the website explains it is Royal Air Force first coined the term as it goes for angels, and the word angels represents 1,000 feet in the altitude. So Angels 12 would mean like 12,000 feet in altitude. I thought that was a pretty cool explanation for the reason the naming of the soap. It's like I say, I would visit the website. There's a lot of unique things like that on how the names of the soaps came about and what they represent. Like I said, this is a pretty smooth shaver. It is, the way I remember it, not quite as efficient as toothsome. Just as smooth, in my opinion, as toothsome. Toothsome is the open comb. It's pretty nice. I mean, especially for somebody that's not looking for anything really aggressive, it's a good place to get your experience with an open comb. Leaving just a tad bit of shaving cream behind. Especially if you're a buffer, depending on how you shave. This is going to be a smooth, easy-going shave. And I think that was the intent of the whole setup with that head, the way that it's made, that cap being arched like that, or humped up like that. That's helps with the finding the angle, maintaining the angle. So if you're just starting out, kind of takes some of that, I guess you might say, concern away, if you will, because it is relatively easy to maintain. I should say this soap on the post-shave feel uses the same base, in other words, just different scents, and the post-shave feel has been pretty good. My face never feels dried out or anything like that, that's a good thing. Just a little bit of feedback with this setup. Tomorrow's shave will be with the last base plate that I have. It's supposed to be more aggressive, brawny. That could be a interesting shave, because you know everybody's opinion of aggressiveness is going to be different, and I have shaved with some pretty aggressive shavers. Yes, pretty aggressive. My first experience of an aggressive shaver that kind of surprised me, I didn't expect it, and that was the Gillette old type. And it might have had something to do with the blade that I was using. I don't even remember what the blade was. I just remember that the experience was that that first shave, I was really taken back with how aggressive it was. And you know, that was just my experience. Not everybody experiences the same thing. Experiences will be different, but boy howdy. That shave was, I was really surprised that it was that aggressive. I was expecting something closer to a Parker open comb, like the 26, 24, the 24 and the 26, those are two different model numbers there. The difference between those two is not in the head, but in the handle on the Parkers, but they got the same open comb head. And that particular shaver, it's not super aggressive by any means, but it is enough to let you know that is at least a medium on the aggressiveness. But a good place to start, in my opinion. But I was expecting something like that and got surprised. I don't remember, the way I remember, I didn't end up with any weepers, but it sure did feel like it though. I've gotten better with that setup with the Gillette old type. In my opinion, you could definitely use this as a daily shaver. If you got sensitive skin and daily shaving is a little bit of a problem, this one here is a pretty good setup. It's fairly efficient. In other words, if you're looking for baby smooth, you might have to put out just a little bit more effort, not a whole lot. It's still pretty efficient. I'd have to, that third pass, I'd have to work at it just a little bit more if I was looking for BBS. But I'm pretty darn close. I mean, it's just a little bit of work right down through here, and that's about it. You can get a pretty efficient shave. My experience so far with the two base plates, the Lithe and the open comb toothsome, been pretty good experiences. Base feels pretty good though. Like I say, I can't really complain at all. Kind of purposely went with sticking with the same name brand soap and blade and setup and whatnot, just to what I would consider a fair comparison throughout all three shaves. Tomorrow being Wednesday and everything goes well, don't wake up with a splitting headache or anything of the sort, that'll be the third shave with the aggressive plate. That aggressive plate, by the way, if for some reason you don't get to that video, it has an A on the plate for aggressive, so that's how you tell it apart from the Lithe. Otherwise, you look at them, you put them side by side, you can tell a little bit of a difference, but to the naked eye, telling them apart without that A, it would be pretty tough to know which plate you're actually going to be using. Got some Humphreys witch hazel this morning, citrus sitting. Because I know I was looking at it, and it's a good thing they had the A on there, because I couldn't really tell them apart just by looking at see which one's going to be the aggressive one. I couldn't figure it out. Maybe somebody smarter than me could figure it out without noticing that there is an A on there. I can still smell the mocha. It's not very often my nose does that. But these two to me are a good match. Now I've got the link down below to Tallow and Steel. Like I say, this is not made anymore, so you might be able to find it at a buy, sells, trade swap type thing. But this is the only one. This is what the stricter looks like there. This is the only one I have from Tallow and Steel. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just, you know, the storage is a little bit limited. Definitely pick up the coffee and the mocha on this. Smells great. Definitely, you know, helps, you know, make sure I get that cup of coffee this morning. And since this is not readily available, another aftershave that might go pretty good with this, in my opinion, for my nose, so you can ask Manny how that works out. With the face has an aftershave called Perfect Cup, and that one there is coffee scented, and that would go pretty good with this soap here. Yes, Tuesday, easy peasy, easy going shave. Tomorrow be the aggressive shave. We'll see how it goes on hump day. Got a great shave. This, like I say, this is a great setup. $20, you get all three plates. All you need is a handle, blades, so on and so forth. That's an awesome buy. Feels great this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.